What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Florida Panthers. They had a pretty decent season, but definitely not where they wanted to be. And this offseason might be one of the biggest offseason they've had in quite some time. Now, we do know Florida has a lot of talent. They've got a lot of really good players, but there's spots on their teams where they really need to improve. There's been a ton of rumors about them lately, and I actually think the Panthers are in a really good position to make a big splash this summer. This offseason is going to be wild, and I think Florida is going to be the one of the most active teams out there. So I have some stuff to provide for you guys, and of course, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I talk about all teams in the NHL, a lot about rumors, a lot about trades, signings, everything like that. There's going to be a ton of live streams, so make sure you guys subscribe and stick around, because there's going to be much more of this, and I appreciate it. So, just looking at their general numbers, of course, a lot of the teams in the East have been very good. A lot of teams around them have been very good, and it's been tough to get into the playoffs. And we've seen this playoffs that if you're in, though, you never know where you could go. And Florida could have been a team like that if they got some better goaltending in other situations. But we'll look into some numbers in a second here. So Florida was fourth in the wild card standings in 82 games played. They had 36 wins, 32 losses, 14 overtime losses for 86 points. So, you know, they couldn't even get to that 90-point marker, and that wouldn't have been anywhere close to get in. So they definitely need to make some improvements. Now, just quickly here, we're going to also look at some stats. Of course, Barkov, one of the most underrated players in the entire league, was fantastic again this season. 82 games played, he had 96 points, 35 goals, 61 assists. Barkov is just one of those two-way players that you always want to watch. He's super talented and, again, super underrated. Jonathan Huberdeau is also a very good hockey player. 82 games played, 30 goals, 62 assists for 92 points. We'll be getting into a little bit more about him soon. Mike Hoffman, a pretty solid pickup for them, regardless of, you know, the antics and stuff that happened in Ottawa. We know all the backstory about that. We're not going to get into it, but Hoffman had a really good season. 82 games played, 36 goals, 34 assists for 70 points. Then you've got Dadonov, again, a very good piece for Florida. Good depth right there. 82 games played, 28 goals, 42 assists for 70 points. Yandel had 62, Vetrano had 39, Ekblad 37. I know his name kind of got tossed in some rumors, but I'm not sure if they want to move on from him. Trocheck 34, Matheson 27, Brouwer 21, who was on a pretty decent contract, because I'm pretty sure it was under $1 million. And they've got some guys that they're relying on to grow towards next season, but they had some decent depth, but they're going to want more of that. The goalie situation wasn't too good this year. Sam Tombo, again, I'm not positive I've heard of this guy before, and that's no disrespect. He's in the NHL. I'm sitting here talking about him, but he only played in 11 games, so we're not going to talk about him. But the 1-2 punch of Luongo and Reimer did not perform very well this year. Luongo, in 43 games played, he had 18 wins, 16 losses, 5 OT losses, a 3.12 goals against, and a .899 save percentage. I've been a huge fan of Luongo my whole life. If you're new to this channel or you don't know this about me, I was a goalie pretty much my entire life, and I really focused on Luongo's game and how he played for years and years and years, and I will always respect him. He was crucial for Canada's gold medal in 2010. Just a fantastic goalie, fantastic funny guy. I just wish him all the best, and I hope that he comes back healthy. And I don't know if it's going to be with Florida. I don't know what's going on there, but he's got a sizable contract still. James Reimer, another guy that I love, being a Leafs fan. I'll always respect Reimer. He was a great guy on and off the ice. He had a difficult season. In 36 games played, 13 wins, 12 losses, 5 overtime losses, 3.09 goals against, and a .900 save percentage. Again, just not good numbers for him, so the goaltending situation might have to be fixed there. So this is where I get into some rumors, because the big talk right now is Malkin going to leave Pittsburgh? Is there going to be a trade there? And what's going to happen in the offseason when it comes to free agency? Because I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's been lots of talk that I believe now Panarin and Bobrovsky both share the same agent, that there's a lot of interest coming from Florida's side, and that there's probably interest coming from Panarin and Bobrovsky. Now, there was rumors that maybe both of them go there, but now it's kind of faded off that maybe just Panarin will go there. Again, this is super early and nothing's confirmed, but you got to think that Florida would be interested. So this is where some more rumors come in. This is from Lyle Richardson from Spectres Hockey. Of course, you guys know I always go there for information. He goes and takes the best information and puts it into an article, and I think that this is a very reliable way to look at rumors and trade stuff. So he basically talked about the Panthers being interested in Malkin, but it came from the Pittsburgh Hockey Now. Dan Kingerski reports sources within the Penguins organization and around the league said that Florida is interested in Malkin. Now, we have talked about this already a little bit, but Penguins management wasn't pleased with Malkin's performance this season, and they could seriously consider trading him. Again, they could consider him being traded, but he has a no movement clause. Again, it's all about maybe he has to waive that too. There's a lot riding there. I don't think he'll get traded, but again, just for argument's sake, there could be something there because I'm not a part of that organization. So if they decide to do it, they're going to do it. They also added that the Panthers could be interested in Panarin if he becomes an unrestricted free agent on July 1st. Kingerski feels a Panarin Malkin punch would go a long way towards making Florida a competitive hockey team, which it would. And again, who wouldn't want to play in Florida? That's a good destination for not just the weather, but the money, the tax stuff. So you got to consider all those things. And adding two big names like that and maybe a better goalie, this Florida team could be much better next season. But you're going to have to move significant pieces to acquire Malkin. So basically, Kingerski said that he believes the Penguins' asking price is pretty high right now. They would want probably Jonathan Huberdeau, again, a solid piece, 92 points, a prospect and a first-round pick. Now, that doesn't seem like a ton, but Huberdeau is quite good, and a prospect and a pick added to that would be insane. So the Spectres note in here says, I don't doubt the Penguins are considering all their options, short of trading Crosby and Murray, of course, but the Panthers are willing. If the Panthers are willing to part with Huberdeau, a top prospect, and a first-round pick, I dare say Pittsburgh general manager Jim Rutherford, who we know has been active before, will consider it. He will seriously consider it. Such a deal depends on whether Malkin waives his no-movement clause. So that's what you have to look at. There's a level to all this stuff. First, he has to waive the no-move clause. Pittsburgh has to, want to trade him. And again, I would consider a Malkin a guy that's kind of untouchable, but if his name keeps popping up in this stuff, you got to think Pittsburgh might at least be listening. I just don't think it's possible, but the Panarin Bobrovsky stuff, you never know, and that's why I'm talking about it, because you have no idea. So the Panthers had no trouble scoring goals this season, sitting 9th in goals for per game with 3.22. So again, adding another name like Malkin and Panarin possibly, that might go up. It was keeping them out of their net that was the problem, because they had a 3.33 goals against average per game, which was the league's 4th highest. A Malkin-Panarin duo might add star power to the Florida Panthers lineup and help sell tickets. Again, we kind of discussed that. But like I said, the defensive stuff and the goaltending is also added here where, you got to kind of look all over the map. So in my eyes, if they were to maybe get Panarin and Bobrovsky, or at least one of them, then you can at least go and look at the defensive market and the goaltending market. Because if you trade for a guy like Malkin, you're dipping into a lot of your assets, where you could save those assets to go after other players. So looking at cap friendly, the Florida Panthers cap friendly, going into next season, it looks like they have $17 million of cap space, but they could move out contracts. I mean, that Reimer contract could be sent somewhere else if they attach something to it. I don't think Luongo's contract could. I'm not sure if they're going to do a buyout with any of their players. It doesn't look like they would want to do that. But people have talked about Mark Pysyk maybe getting traded to clear up some space. If they can bring in another defenseman that is better than him, maybe that works. But I think Pysyk might stay there as well. But looking at Huberdeau, he's locked up. Barkov's locked up. You've got Hoffman for another year. They don't have a ton of, they don't have a lot of big contracts that they really have to deal with. Brouwer's a UFA, but I don't think they're going to bring him back unless it's really cheap again. So that money, they can clear up more space and go after players with nearly $20 million in space, because the projected cap hit on here is at $79 million, but we expect it to be around 83. So there's a chance Florida could have a ton of money to work with, and they could go after some pretty significant talent. And like I said, the tax, the weather, everything like that could make Florida an interesting destination. And we'll have to see. I think it's going to be very interesting. And I think they will be active. This offseason could be an active offseason for the Florida Panthers and a lot of other teams. So make sure to subscribe here because I'll be talking about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Check out some of my other videos if you'd like. I'd really appreciate it. We're on our way to 5,000 subs. You guys are the best. I really, really do appreciate it. If you like music, I have a reaction channel called Andrew Piluk. That channel's doing quite well. I'm on my way to 20,000 subs over there. And I'm having a lot of fun posting videos. So thank you guys for watching again. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.